Hi everyone, Debbie Gonzalez here, and I'm just here to talk to you about what's going on in the country today with racism and discrimination and all that stuff. So, I want to first touch upon racism. I support our current commander-in-chief. I'm a Latina, and I support our current commander-in-chief. I have always supported my commander-in-chiefs, whether or not they lined up with my political views. Why? Because I answer to a higher power. His name is Jesus. And he said to render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Meaning, whether or not you like what's going on, you need to respond to this person with respect based on who he represents and not break the law or take it into your own hands. So first, there's going to be two parts. And the first one is going to be racism. Second part is going to be discrimination. So racism, I am coming to you as a Latina, but also as a Taina. Yes, I have Taina blood in my veins, coursing through my veins. I am registered with the Native American Council. Yes. And the reason why is because my parents were from Puerto Rico. But they were from Puerto Rico before it became Puerto Rico. Their bloodline goes back all the way to when it was Borinquen. So my parents actually told me a little bit about my culture, my Native American culture. A lot of what we know today is based on American Native culture. And if you don't have Native American blood, then guess what? You're an immigrant. Yep, you're an immigrant. If your background is Russian, Polish, German, English, Middle Eastern, you're an immigrant. You have immigrant bloodline. So my perspective is, if I'm not sitting here kicking and screaming, knowing that I have rights in this country based on my bloodline and my heritage and my culture, then why is anyone who doesn't? I really began to do this search on who I was as a Native American. I bumped into a man named Roberto Mucaro Borrero. Mucaro meaning owl. And he schooled me on everything that was going on. I actually read a book called The Lies My Teacher Told Me, which is a book based on all the things that your textbooks will tell you about that aren't necessarily true. Christopher Columbus doesn't even have one real portrait. There's no portrait in existence of Christopher Columbus. So I would implore you people that are screaming about racism and immigration and all that stuff to really do not only your American history, but your Native American history. There was a white man by the name of John Collier. He was the one, a white man, who fought for the reformation of the Native American people. He came up with the Indian Reformation Act in 1934. And he's the reason why a lot of the Native Americans now have reservations still. A lot of the names of our states, like Montana, Dakota, those names are of Native American descent. They were allowed to keep those names. So as far as racism, I can't agree. I don't agree with anything that anyone is saying because it's about us and them, us and them. Everybody's saying us and them. Well, guess what? You're the them and I'm the us. But you don't see me making a fuss. That rhymed, but I didn't mean that. But anyway, I want to leave a better country than what I arrived in. And you don't get anything with hate. You know, Nelson Mandela said, you don't prove your argument by raising your voice. And he also had a quote that I think is awesome that I want to share with you guys because it makes a lot of sense. He said, a good leader can engage in a debate frankly and thoroughly knowing that at the end of the other side must be closer and thus emerge stronger. You don't have that idea when you are arrogant, superficial, and uninformed. And that's what's happening. The country is uninformed. You guys don't even know what you're fighting about. You're hearing this, you're tick. I mean, I don't even know how many times someone posts something from a satire website on Facebook and people are sharing it like crazy because they're so involved in wanting it to be true. They don't fact check. I've been a victim of that myself. So I implore you, do your homework, literally, and look up your American history. The second part I want to talk about is discrimination. I, as a Latina female, cannot say I've ever been discriminated against. I can't say as a female that I've been passed up for a job because I'm female or because of my gender. I can't honestly say that. I can say that I have been passed up for promotions because someone else was more qualified. But I worked really hard. I worked very hard at what I do. And that's why I'm at where I'm at today. I literally sweat and cried tears to get to where I'm at. I would get home, I would get in my car, or jump on the train in New York City and cry, literally cry, because I was so stressed out. I was a single mom and I really wanted to be successful for them. I really wanted them to be, I wanted them, my legacy to them to be love and somebody that worked hard for what she had. I also wanted them to know that hard work gets you places. It gets you a lot of places that you wouldn't typically get. So for me to say that I've been passed up for opportunity, I can't, because I'm a female, I can't say that. I can't say that honestly, or I just can't. And women today, your women's lib is a joke. Okay, women's lib, women's rights was for the right to vote. And things that made sense for them to have equal working opportunities, equal working places, okay? The civil rights movement was all about this, all about reform. And all of you women out there claiming that you're being discriminated against because you're a female, you need to reach out or pass up for jobs. I mean, look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump gave Omarosa, she won The Apprentice, and she's black. He got the Ellis Island Award along with Muhammad Ali and Rosa Parks. Is that somebody that's racist that would get such an award like that? That represents immigrants coming to the United States? Come on, guys. Do your research. Do your homework. And as far as discriminating, I've gotten more discriminated against by my own kind. Dominicans don't like me because I'm Puerto Rican. Dominicans say that and they're Latin, they're Hispanics, and they say that the Puerto Ricans sold out for a bag of rice. And guess what? Puerto Ricans born in Puerto Rico don't like the Puerto Ricans born in the United States. Why? Because we weren't born on Puerto Rican, Borinquen ground, which is ridiculous. So I can't say that I've been more discriminated against Latin people than white people. Yep, I said it. So I believe people need to stop making excuses to fail and start looking for reasons to excel. Because I'm getting tired of everyone casting blame and casting lots. Because that's not the way to get forward in life. And you know what the Native Americans do? They peaceably exist with us. They peaceably exist. They're not fighting. And they're the ones that should be fighting the most. They were the ones, they were considered less than the black slaves. Yes, they were considered to be a lesser life form. One Native American revolutionist, and I'll get you his name, said that America affords the Native Americans to be everything that they want to be, except Native American. And I'll leave you with that thought. I'm sure some of you are going to make some stupid comments and call me fat and ugly and dumb and a bigot and a fascist and a racist and all this other stuff. It's pretty hard to call a Latin person a racist. But this I'll tell you. I'll leave you with this thought. God bless you. God bless America. And I am going to work on making America great again. Have a good day.